The waiting room of an OBGYN clinic. Joelle is reading a magazine. Lorraine has a cell phone and notebook. It soon becomes clear Lorraine is uncomfortably hot. An announcement comes from the front desk that the doctor has been in a minor car accident and will be delayed. Lorraine grabs her cell phone, walks to the corner, and speaks into it quietly, yet frantically, before hanging up.
Mother.
Lorraine? Is that you, Lorraine Edwards?
Joelle? Oh my God.
What are you doing here in Oregon? Oh my gosh, I would never have recognized you in that business suit. Where's your ripped rock t-shirt and bandana?
Wow, Joelle. You haven't aged a bit. Damn, I think I hate that.
That's Lorraine, I remember. Come here, give me a hug.
Too hot. Hot flashes. Menopause sucks. Stress brings the flashes on, and the stupid case law I was reading today, way too stressful.
Case law for what?
I just finished reading a legal case evaluation for a complicated workers' compensation claim. True story. A man was on a business trip in Las Vegas, staying at one of the hotels, was with a hooker in the hot tub, experienced a heart attack, and the effing claim was accepted as a work-related injury.
Are you kidding me? So are you married? Do you have kids? It's been way too long.
Me married? Not right now. There was divorce number 1, divorce number 2, and divorce number 3 is actually how I ended up here in Oregon. I got into claims adjusting after South Dakota State, and number 3 had connections with Northwest Standard Insurance Company. He helped me get a job as a claims manager here. God, are you and Ben still married?
28 years in August. Can you believe it? 4 kids, and I'm going to be a grandmother.
Oh my God, you must be here to get your tubes tied.
You're too funny. No, I'm here for my annual PAP exam.
Lorraine, I can take you back now.
We have to get together.
We can get together for a drink.
Lorraine hands her a business card.
Thank you. I'll call you.
A park bench near Lorraine's office. A sunny day 2 weeks later. Joelle has been waiting for 10 minutes. An empty Tupperware container sits by her, and she is sipping from a Starbucks cup.
I'm sorry I'm late. I needed to handle a sudden office crisis, fire to put out.
It's okay. I didn't have anything else going on anyway today. So how are you?
Lorraine is wolfing down a vending machine sandwich.
Kind of hectic today, to be honest. I only have a short break. So what's new since I saw you at the clinic? 4 kids. Wow, what is that even like? How old are your kids now?
Well, Brianna's 27. She's been married a couple of years.
Is she the prego?
Yeah, it's been pretty rough on her though. I go as often as I can to Whidbey Island, but it's quite a drive, and I still have Ashley at home. She's my 15-year-old baby. Then Angela's 23. Derek's 19, still getting into the groove of being an adult. Definitely not ready to think about Ashley moving out, though. My whole life revolves around her.
I have a hard enough time picturing myself with 1 kid, much less 4.
I have a hard time imagining it too with your schedule. So tell me about your job.
I'm in charge of the Workers' Compensation Critical Claims Unit for Northwest Standard Insurance Company. I manage 12 supervisors with dozens of adjusters, claim assistants, groundhogs, and gophers to the tune of, we're Northwest Standard Insurance Company, and your losses aren't lost on us. We gain together.
I've heard that commercial.
Not surprised. Every time there's a 10% dip in revenue, the ads go back on. We have our ups and downs, but are profitable now. I only have a few more minutes until I have to get back to work. Let's talk about something else. I need to give my brain a break.
I hope this doesn't come out wrong, but do you have any downtime? What do you do for fun?
Lots and lots of heroin.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. More like a nice peppery cab and Netflix with my cat.
You have a cat? I don't picture you as the cat type.
She's better than a husband. Eats a lot less, doesn't drool as much, regularly uses the litter box.
Speaking of which, 3 husbands and no kids?
Well, first marriage was just getting my career off the ground as an adjuster. Ugh, this is embarrassing, but I knew after 3 months the marriage wouldn't take.
How did you know that?
I got married way too fast. It was all about the sex, the excitement. He was a pilot and traveled a lot. That part was fun. The day-to-day details and compatibility, not so much.
What about number 2? Do these husbands have names?
I prefer not to remember them.
Okay, so what about number 2?
I thought maybe someday we might want to have kids. I'd been on the pill for so long at that point, I had completely stopped having periods. Do you really want to hear this?
I do.
Okay. So I got off the pill, was using other means of birth control. I came home from the office one day to grab a file I'd left at home and started bleeding. I mean, like really heavily for a good 10 minutes, these huge, massive clots. I called the office before I went to the employee healthcare clinic and I found out I'd miscarried. I didn't even know I was pregnant.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I wish I could have been there for you.
I had tried getting in touch with you. That was the 3rd or 4th time I'd sent you a letter that was returned.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Wasn't sure I wanted kids anyway. It was just such a shock, you know? So is your husband still in banking? He was a teller when you got married, right?
Oh my gosh, it has been that long. Yes, he was. And then a financial services rep, then a loan officer. Then he was assistant vice president of the branch in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Then president of the branch in Twin Falls, Idaho. Then here to Oregon, where he oversaw the mortgage division. Now he's VP executive for the First United Bank International, where he writes corporate policy for the company.
Wow, you're rich.
I wouldn't say that. We're fine. We've paid off our mortgage, but we have 4 kids and 2 of them we've already paid for college. One's just starting and one's graduating high school in a couple of years. We're active in our church and with the Northwest Golf Club membership, and Ben having sat on the local city council, all the stuff he volunteers for and gives to. We're fine, but yeah, no, I wouldn't say we're rich.
It seems you keep saying what Ben does and what Ben gives to.
Really? No, it's not like that at all. We're very much a family. Speaking of which, you haven't gotten to husband number 3, which brought you here to Oregon.
Right. Okay, his name was Jerry.
Not trying to force a name.
I know, it's okay. There was this issue.
I had a miscarriage too.
What?
Yeah, I never talk about it. Ben and I haven't talked about it since it happened. It was in between Angela and Derek. Each child is precious. Children are a gift from God. Losing that baby destroyed me until Derek was born. I don't know how any woman could consider destroying a life inside of her, a life that God created for her, within her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to put this on you at all.
No, I'm sorry that happened to you. Wow. We had some pretty wild times that year at State. Sounds like you're under your grandparents' thumb again. How are Ethel and Robert?
I've gone back to my roots, but I am not under their thumb. Grandpa died 3 years ago. Ethel, just as miserable and controlling as ever.
Uh-huh.
You don't understand. It's different when you become a mother. You can't just cut family out. You have to be a role model, provide a good example. Things change.
Has Ben changed? Or is he still boring?
I hate that you remember him that way, Lorraine. Ben's much more than you think he is, along with being a good provider and father. He's not that spontaneous, but he always has our best interest at heart. Things go on in a marriage that are private, things you're not privy to. My husband's strong, solid. Yeah, Ben's a good man.
I know he is, really. Ugh, I have to get back to the office. We should get together again.
Yes, we should. When and where?
Let me take you out for a drink. Stanford's has a great happy hour.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's happy hour at Stanford's. Lorraine is seated at a table with 2 Coors Lights, 2 frosted mugs, 2 shots of tequila, salt and lime on the table.
Hey, I took an Uber so I could have a glass of wine or two. I really shouldn't, but I don't want to be a stick in the mud. Look at you. You remembered. I really shouldn't. I feel bad though. I mean, you've already paid for this. I haven't had a glass of beer in 25 years. Oh my gosh, it couldn't hurt.
Do you drink at all?
Champagne at weddings, glass of wine if Ben takes us out for dinner, but we quit having alcohol in the house because of the kids. I don't see anyone here I know.
Bottoms up.
It's not as good as I remember.
I don't know. It tastes pretty good to me. So, how is your day today? What's happened so far?
I was on the phone with Brianna for quite a while. She's having a tough time. I guess they're going to induce in a couple of weeks if she doesn't go into labor. Ben's at work wrapping everything up so we could head to Whidbey Island. Just trying to get everything done. It's been quite a week. I'm a bit of a wreck. I think this drink is just what I needed.
I have to ask, do you do anything just for yourself? You used to paint. When was the last time you picked up a paintbrush?
Oh my gosh, at least 20 years. I don't know, when you've got 4 kids running around and you're trying to keep the house clean and get them to sports, it's a lot. They're older now, but I don't know. I haven't gotten into my groove again. I don't even know if I have a groove. What even is a groove?
You were so talented. You were really, really good. I thought you had money-making potential. Wait, didn't you actually sell a painting once?
I sold 2.
See, that's exactly the reason I don't regret not having kids. So many of my colleagues and friends who are mothers have lost themselves, just completely given up on their creative leanings. Frankly, it pisses me off.
Don't get me wrong. I love my kids, but there are times I wonder how it would have been if I would have pursued my dreams, followed my passions.
Waiter, we need another round over here.
Ben better not see me after another round.
Damn it, you're fine. You got an Uber. Seriously, if there's anything I can do to encourage you. Hey, maybe we should make our next date at an art supply store.
Or a manicure. A spa day.
Oh, yes.
I must have really needed this, or maybe it's alcohol talking, but I need an entire day just for Girlfriend's Day. So hard to connect with other mothers in my circle. It's sort of like growing up with Ethel and Grandpa. And even now and then, everyone is trying to be or look like the perfect mother, the perfect wife, the perfect life. There's just nobody I could be real with anymore.
It sounds like the Stepford Wives.
Kind of. Seriously, it's lonely. I mean, my daughter's my best friend. How pathetic is that, that my 15-year-old daughter is my best friend?
That is so fucking sad, Joelle. No wonder you need a spa day. Oh my God. Do you remember that time after happy hour at the Lucky Lady? It was you, me, Darla, Julie, and
we hopped in Julie's car and we went to the jewelry store at the mall and we all got our ears pierced. Yep. You were always making me do the wrong thing, always getting me in trouble.
Darla had hers done 4 times, and so she got a 5th right here. I got mine done a 2nd time, and Julie was a virgin until then.
No, that was me. Ethel still doesn't know I have my ears pierced.
Oh my God. I only stayed with you at their house a couple of times, but I always wondered what the hell that thing was between you and your grandmother.
She was the most stubborn and controlling person you could imagine. She told me what to think, what to say, what to wear. She basically stripped me of every ounce of self-esteem I ever had, even though I had no self-confidence and I was scared to death. I couldn't wait to leave for college. She hated you.
Ooh.
Well, of course she did. And she saw your independence and couldn't stand it. And then there was the whole religious thing.
Oh, I remember going to church with you that one time. I saw some interesting things that I really don't care if I ever see again.
Yeah. This is hard to say to you or anyone. But in the car on the way to church, she'd call me names, belittle me, pull my hair, beat me, and then be praising Jesus during the service.
Oh my God. Why the hell did you get back in touch with them? I thought you had pulled completely away. You didn't even invite them to the wedding.
I tried for a while. And then the first baby was born. I don't know how to explain it. As awful as she was to me, and as much as I hated her when she begged to see the kids and be part of their lives, Lorraine, I just wasn't raised to say no. And no matter what, they're still family. She raised me. I guess there's part of me that thinks I still owe her. Besides, she'll be dead soon anyway. Waiter, can I have another round?
Wait. What do you mean she'll be dead soon?
Can you keep a secret?
Probably.
Ethel's been diagnosed with colon cancer. And so the farm is being turned into a wind farm, and each turbine they put up is going to be worth $10,000. Ben and I are the only ones that know. We haven't made it public yet.
What?
Yep. No shit. Shh, don't tell anybody, please.
Okay, I won't. But it does make me wonder what Tom, Dick, and Harry would have to say about that.
No. Oh my gosh, I completely blocked that out of my head. I can't believe I slept with 3 men in one 24-hour period. Ben will never know about that one. I've forgotten that Joel even existed.
Lorraine pulls out a small framed photo of Joelle and hands it to her.
That scarf. That henna tattoo. Oh my gosh, I look like an 80s hippie.
I'm sure you remember the RA in the dorm who supplied us with the occasional herbal remedy.
I'm so glad my kids don't know about
The
that.
rolled up towel under the door, the incense.
We were so bad.
You were gorgeous. You were painting. You were so much fun.
I've forgotten. Now all I can do is worry about Ashley and getting to Whidbey Island to help Brianna have the baby.
I'll watch Ashley. It'll be fun.
Really?
You can trust me. I mean, Ashley's 15. Does she really need a babysitter?
Come on, Lorraine. We need someone responsible.
Hello? Who sent who letters trying to keep in touch? Who manages an entire claims unit?
You know I didn't mean it when I said you were always getting me in trouble. I wanted you to get me in trouble. I did. You helped me climb out of my shell. But watching Ashley, really, are you sure you're up for that?
Absolutely.
You know what? I do want her to get to know you. My best friend.
Lorraine's living room. After 3 hours at the day spa with massages, facials, manicures, and pedicures.
Oh my gosh, I love your place. Really fits your free spirit. You always had a way with decorating.
Thank you. I really feel at home here. I love the light.
Thank you for the amazing morning at the spa. You always knew what I needed.
You're welcome. I needed it too. In fact, I needed this whole next week off. Thanks for forcing me to take it. I literally have 3 months of vacation I haven't taken, and Ashley is my excuse to take some.
She's so looking forward to meeting my cool college friend.
So, what is the plan for tomorrow?
We'll drop her by on our way out of town and you get to see Ben. Please be on your best behavior.
Oh my God, I hadn't even thought about that. I promise I won't refer to him as boring Ben.
Yeah, good. Okay. We'll make introductions. She'll get comfortable. Ashley loves animals, so she's going to love your cat.
Lucky. Named after the lucky lady.
Oh,
She's sleeping on my bed right now.
I was kind of hoping we could talk about some things for when Ashley's here.
Of course. What kind of food does she like? I was thinking a big salad and pasta carbonara for dinner tomorrow night. Do you think she'd like that?
She would love that. She's young and healthy. She doesn't even worry about her figure or anything. We don't keep junk food in the house, though.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
And you and I got a little toasted at Stanford's. But we really don't like Ashley to be around alcohol at all. So maybe you could-
Okay, I'll take it easy. I'll be subtle. I'll be very subtle. At 15, she doesn't have a bedtime or anything, right?
Actually, we do take her phone away at 10 o'clock.
Really? Even on a weekend? Tomorrow's Saturday.
11 o'clock on the weekends. She should be sleeping. And besides, she's interested in this boy.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Slow down. What do you mean interested in? How long have they been seeing each other?
He's been over a couple times. I went over to his house to meet his parents. They only live a couple blocks away. They have a nice house, but we have noticed that the kids are texting a lot and we just want to keep an eye on them is all.
Do you like the guy? What's his name? I'm wondering because I'm sure it will come up. Saturday is date night.
His name's Ethan. Seems like a nice kid, but Ashley's my baby. I mean, we're worried about them getting too serious too fast. So we've sat her down and we've had conversations about her focusing on school and grades and soccer. The other kids used to listen better. She's just a little more hard-headed. The other kids seem to follow the right path. I'm just trying to make sure that Ashley does as well, you know?
Do you want some tea or coffee or something?
Sure. Tea, please.
I have Earl Grey, English breakfast, mint, peach, and green.
Peach sounds good.
Have you ever mixed peach with black tea? It's yummy.
Just herbal, decaf. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Joelle gets up and wanders around the living room. She opens up a fully stocked liquor cabinet. She also sees a small container holding half a joint.
Hey, can I use your bathroom?
Of course. First door on the right, down the hall.
Joelle enters the bathroom. She opens a cabinet and finds a vibrator. There is a stack of books by the luxurious tub. She picks them up one by one and reads the titles aloud.
Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Creating sacred space with Feng Shui. Tantra and sacred sexuality. The illustrated guide to extended massive orgasm.
She returns to the living room just as Lorraine is coming in with a mug of tea, which she gives to Joelle.
I wonder if before Ashley gets here, if you wouldn't mind removing some of the reading material in the bathroom.
Trust you're not referring to Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Sure, I can do that. I don't remember, do you like milk or sugar with your tea?
No, thanks. I don't need the extra calories.
Okay, all right. Gosh, anything else?
No, not really. We do try to keep Ashley a little sheltered. I know. But if you could just keep an eye on her, if you don't mind.
No, not at all. It's my pleasure.
Joelle gives Lorraine every possible piece of contact information.
So I'm going to call you at 5 o'clock, okay? And then again at 10 o'clock.
Just 5 o'clock should be fine. And text me as often as you can and let me know how Brianna is doing.
My first grandbaby.
Your grandbaby.
I won't be an empty nester after all. I'm going to have grandchildren.
Whoa. Wait a minute. What about your groove? The art supply store, the painting?
After the baby, after they're settled, I'll get to it.
Lorraine's living room. It's a week and a half later. Joelle is knocking frantically at the front door.
Joelle, what a surprise.
Oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry to barge in here like this. I didn't know who else to turn to. I can't talk to Ben. I found birth control pills hidden in Ashley's drawer in a rolled up pair of socks when I put the laundry away. She never said a word to me. I mean, we don't keep secrets. How could she be so devious and deceptive?
Come in, sit down, honey. Take a deep breath.
God.
I'm gonna go make you a cup of herbal tea, okay?
This is so bad. You don't understand my baby.
Just breathe. Take another deep breath. I
my
understand you're
baby.
very upset right now.
Is she having sex? Why didn't she come to me? This is so not cool. If people in my community and my church find out.
Trust me, their kids are in the same boat. But if I can just take a minute to encourage you to look on the bright side.
The bright side?
At least she's being responsible for not becoming pregnant. Joelle, I became sexually active at exactly Ashley's age.
That was different. It was a totally different time, Lorraine, and Ashley isn't you. You weren't raised in our church. You don't understand how Bible thumping people are. It is not okay to have sex without being married. Maybe that's why so many couples get married so young, but still, I mean, what am I going to say to Ben?
Maybe Ben doesn't need to know right now. Just give it some time. Just give it some time, okay?
You're right. Ben doesn't need to know. I have to talk to Ashley, and I have no idea what to say to her.
It's going to be okay. Really, everything's going to be okay.
Ashley doesn't even drive yet. I can't imagine her getting on a bus to go to the doctor or the pharmacy. Where did she even get the pills? Oh my gosh. It had to be Ethan. That's it.
Actually, that topic came up when Ashley was here and Brianna was having the baby. How are they doing anyway? I haven't talked to you since you first got back from Whidbey Island.
They're doing fine. They're all settled at home, but I feel so bad. I should be concentrating on Brianna and Jason, but oh my gosh, they named the baby Darcy. Is that so cute?
Oh, cute.
I'm so upset. Like, I don't know what to do about Ashley. It had to be Ethan. He was pressuring her. I'm going over there right now.
Wait.
What? Wait, what? What's wrong?
Just give me a minute to figure out how to tell you this.
Tell me what?
I thought I was doing the right thing. Okay, I thought I was being helpful. She told me she and Ethan had been talking about it for months, that she's in love with him and she thinks they'll get married one day, and they were going to do it regardless.
What are you talking about?
I didn't want her to get pregnant.
What are you trying to tell me?
I'm trying to tell you that Ethan and Ashley have been dating for almost a year.
What? What does that mean?
Every time you thought she was with her friend, Karen, she was with Ethan.
Are you saying that Ashley lied to me? She would never, ever do that.
Please, like neither of us ever lied to our parents.
That was different. I'm not Ethel. And Ashley and I are close. We always have been.
Joelle, take your goddamn blinders off. Who goes out with someone for a year without having sex? No one.
I did.
Not in college, you didn't.
Joelle slaps Lorraine's face.
What the fuck did you tell her?
She and Ethan had already decided to have sex. All I did was discuss options with her. All I was trying to do was help. I was just trying to help. We just went down to Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood? Where they kill babies the next day? What were you thinking?
I was thinking that I didn't want Ashley to have to go through what I did, okay? I was thinking I didn't want her to get pregnant and have an abortion at 16 like I did, okay?
What? What are you talking about?
It was before I met you. I was a junior in high school.
Wait a minute. How much alcohol had you consumed before this conversation came up?
I had some wine while I was making dinner.
Some wine? How much?
Joelle, I don't remember. That night I made a stew and some cornbread. It was good. Ashley loved it.
Let me guess. A stew that took 3 hours to simmer? I know exactly what that means. That means that you got drunk and decided to tell my daughter that it was okay to have sex, that you had had an abortion, and then you took her down to Planned Parenthood where they kill babies right and left. I can't even.
Joelle, I was just trying to help.
Help with what? That was your stupid decision, your choice. You're not a mother and you never will be. This is on you. This is your fault. That's on you. We're done. You had no right. No right.
Two days later, Joelle is in her home, standing in the hallway outside Ashley's locked bedroom door. Joelle knocks.
Honey, please open up, Ashley. Ashley, baby, how long are you going to keep this up? I'm your mother. I love you no matter what. No matter what. Please talk to me.
A muffled voice from inside says, "Leave me alone." Joelle thinks she hears, "I hate you." A note is slipped under the door. Joelle picks it up. The note says, "I want Lorraine." Joelle slowly walks to the end of the hallway and sits cross-legged on the floor with her head in her hands. She begins to sob. A minute later, the phone rings. Joelle pulls herself together and answers it.
Hello? Who? Oh, Karina, yes. I remember you. You're Ethan's mother. Do you know what's been going on? I'm glad to hear you don't approve either. Yes, I agree. They're far too young. Yes, Ashley's miserable too. She locks her bedroom door and basically refuses to speak to me. She eats dinner and then goes straight to her room. Ethan, too? I'll think about it. Okay, bye. Oh, Heavenly Father, you and I are going to have a little talk about this one.
Lorraine wakes up in the living room sofa at 3:30 in the morning. Lucky the cat is standing on Lorraine's chest and licking her face. An empty wine glass is on the floor with wine soaking into the rug. The television is still on, but the movie Lorraine was watching has long since ended.
Oh, Lucky. Oh, Lucky. Oh, come here, wonderful cat. Thank you for waking Mama up. Oh, Mama has made quite a mess, hasn't she? I need some water. My mouth is so dry. I don't seem to be walking very well. Let's go to bed, little cat. Probably go to the bathroom first. My head hurts. Mama needs some aspirin.
It's a week later. Lorraine is in her living room, silently reading a letter while drinking a glass of wine. A half-empty wine bottle is on the table and next to her.
Dear Lorraine, I am appalled at myself. I have never struck anybody in my entire life. I couldn't even spank my own kids when they were little. Not after what Ethel put me through. But I'm not letting you off the hook for going behind my back with Ashley. However, after the past few days, I have realized I was teaching Ashley that appearances are more important than honesty, and it's my fault that she felt she couldn't come to me. It terrifies me that because of my narrow-mindedness and how I was afraid people would perceive me, Ashley would never have come to me and probably would have gotten pregnant at some point. And then what? My cousin's a social worker and she says, where are the pro-lifers after these drug-addicted babies are born to mothers who are not equipped to handle them? We would have been able to help Ashley, but what about all the other young girls who don't have the family support and resources that we do? Besides, I already have one young grandbaby. I don't need another one this soon. And it would have derailed Ashley from whatever it is she wants for her future. It took this situation for me to realize how far off track I've gotten. When I left for college and met you, it made me realize I wanted a different future. But as soon as I got married, I reverted to the way I was raised. You know what? In some ways, I'm no better than Ethel. This horrifies me, and I hope it's not too late to find myself again. I feel there's a reason you were brought back into my life. Ashley's my fourth, my baby, and she's always been harder to handle than her older siblings. I see a spark, a spunkiness in her that reminds me of you. I want her to be only exactly who she is, nothing else. I couldn't figure out how to try and convey this in a phone call, so I wanted to write it down and get my thoughts and feelings out on paper. Once you've had a chance to read this, and hopefully you won't flush it down the toilet, I hope we can get together and talk.
Lorraine finishes the letter and places it on the table. She looks at the empty wine glass and half-empty wine bottle. She picks them up, takes them to the kitchen, and pours the rest of the wine down the kitchen sink. 3 days later, Lorraine is sitting in her living room reading a book called Holy Sober. There's a knock on the door, so she puts the book under a magazine on the table, answers the door, and finds Joelle standing there with a wrapped parcel. Both women are uncomfortable and neither says anything for a minute.
Come in.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Thank you for sending the letter.
A peace offering.
Joelle hands Lorraine the parcel. Lorraine takes it and puts it on the table.
I have one for you too.
Lorraine points to a Tupperware container and a brown bag.
Homemade cream of broccoli soup and garlic Parmesan bread.
You remembered.
Of course I remember your favorite soup. Do you remember the time we were walking to Olivia's potluck party and I dropped the crock pot and about a third of it spilled out on the sidewalk and all over my shoes? What a fucking mess. I never did get those sandals cleaned up. Eventually I just tossed them.
Yeah, you were pretty open mind.
Right now it's wrapped so nicely.
Yes, please.
Lorraine opens the package to find a painting of the two women as college freshmen with their ears newly pierced.
Joelle, you painted this, didn't you?
I did. I finally made it to the art supply store that you kept mentioning. I think that was my 7th attempt. No, wait, my 8th.
This is amazing. Thank you. And we just have to find you a great scarf and a henna tattoo.
Lorraine, I'm really sorry the way I behaved.
You don't have anything to apologize for. And I'm sorry too. I should never have taken Ashley to Planned Parenthood and not told you. Friends don't do that.
They embrace heartily, and the magazines and books on the table tumble.
Wholly sober?
Let's just say that when I made your soup and bread, it was under the influence of nothing but tea. Black with peach.
Oh, Lorraine, I'm sure I overreacted.
Partying as a freshman in college is one thing. When you trip over your own feet in the hallway on the way to the bathroom and fall and pee in the hallway in your 20s, get a DUI in your 30s, and have 3 husbands tell you they can't deal with your drinking, well, that's quite another thing, isn't it? Ask Lucky the cat. She'll tell you. She's the only one who knows my deepest, darkest secrets.
Thank you for sharing that. I can't talk to the Stepford wives. Would you mind sharing your deepest, darkest secrets if I tell you mine?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm starting to get that maybe I should stop applying my own moral code to my daughter and let her become her own woman.
You mean maybe she could get her ears pierced 6 times and best us all?
No, oh my gosh, no. Truthfully, but if I was spending less time directing Ashley's life, I'd have more time to direct my own.
And what does directing your own life look like, Joelle?
First thing is I would stop worrying about what other people think.
Funny. For me, I'm realizing I should probably have listened more to what my ex-husbands had to say about my drinking habit. I put those guys through a lot, all 3 of them. It's only been 3 days since my last glass of wine, but I sure feel a hell of a lot better. Well, physically anyway.
Good. So are you giving it up for good?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what I'm thinking?
What's that?
I want to help teenage girls. If they're pregnant and they want to keep the baby or not, no matter what their decision, I want to help empower young women. I want them to know that they can accomplish whatever they set their mind to.
I'm seriously thinking about quitting my job.
I'm seriously thinking about quitting the church. Yeah.
But if I left Northwest Standard, I have no idea what I would do. My entire professional life has been workers' compensation insurance claims.
I have a crazy idea.
What's that?
Let's start a program or a nonprofit.
To help young women.
Yes. We have lots of years of hard-earned wisdom between the two of us. Sometimes girls need role models that can be real.
This sounds like a ginormous pay cut.
But you won't find a better coworker.
Can I bring Lucky to the office?
She would make the perfect therapy cat.
Somehow this feels like important work if we decide to do this.
I, for one, think the world needs more compassion. I'm grateful that you and I have had this second chance, and I want to make the most of it.
Me too. It's been good to remember that friendship between women really, really matters.